We'd all love to believe that every child born into this world has an opportunity to be happy, to be healthy, to be loved. But right now in Arizona, over 14,000 children are currently without their families. They are part of the state's foster care system. It's a burden that seems impossible to bear, but Jewish Family and Children's Service is committed to making a difference in the lives of these children despite their current circumstance. Meet Chance.
When I first met Chance was July of 2011. I met a little, skinny, scrappy little boy. Angry, sad, fighting all the time. He was just kind of broken. About 3 months after, Holly and Lance came into the picture.
Our therapist from JFCS said what it would be like in your forever family. And that's what it was labeled as. So it was never like, oh, these people are gonna adopt you. It was like, this is your forever family.
Holly and Lance were really great about starting to be involved from the very beginning. And I'm typically kind of wary. I like to give the foster parents a hard time because I want to make sure they really want that child. And so I was kind of cagey with her, I have to say, and she kept calling me. And I checked with CPS, do you want me to engage with these people? Yes, we do. And what I really loved about Holly and Lance was their participation. They sit here quietly, don't interfere. And at the end, they ask me questions, what do I want them to do at home?
Now, new foster mom / adoption mom, forever family mom, wherever we fit in that process.
You know, you're taking them to school and starting to get them in swim lessons, and the kids never learned how to ride a bike before, so we're teaching them how to ride a bike. I mean, it was like the year first for this kid. He had literally done nothing, and then it was really fun to unravel and show him all these things. It was cool.
We enrolled him in school, and from the beginning, he was fighting with all the children because he was so anxious and scared. These children don't come with manners. No one teaches them manners. Chance didn't play outside. Chance never had a Christmas tree. Things that we take for granted, the children that we get here at JFCS don't know. It was after 6 months after I met him, and he was adopted, and he began to feel secure. You could sense that he was beginning to understand that they were not going to give him back. And then he began to act out in ways that indicated that there was some more serious trauma that we hadn't known about before. And slowly he began to tell us more. There were 2 big disclosures.
He wasn't embarrassed, he just started talking about it. And I think in his heart he knew it was wrong, but he wasn't sure, you know?
And you gotta keep in mind, he's 6.
Yeah.
He's 7 years old. His exposure to the big bad world is beyond belief at 6 or 7. He's very street smart and he's very wise, and I think some of the things that benefit him today in life with his verbal skills and his personality were safety mechanisms.
Well, and to get his needs met, because literally you could sense in his behaviors he did not trust adults, and for good reason. You start to understand why. He would read our mail because he's worried he's going to get moved again. You know, he just wants to control his atmosphere, so hence he's an amazing reader. But that was really a coping mechanism we learned through working with JFCS. And some of the behaviors, as he got comfortable, started to come out. We would increase the amount of sessions that we were having with JFCS. So we went from once a week to twice a week to maybe a phone call even, just to kind of get us through and help him get through the process of transitioning.
We're dealing with brain ants, automatic negative thoughts, a lot of self-deprecating statements, a lot of putting himself down. I'm a stupid child, I'm dumb, I'm worthless. Those are things that were coming out of his mouth all the time. Not good enough as the other kids. And we worked a lot with those thoughts and just reframing everything that happened.
There's many nights I sat out on this patio calling her saying, I don't know what to do in this case or that case, and he's disclosed this or that to me, and she would take my call at any time. For me, I think because I spend so much time in the bonding process with Chance and I has been very close, you know, and so she has been a great help.
What a shame, a beautiful, innocent baby comes into the world and they have no choice who they live with. And because their parents have problems, they grew up thinking they're broken. Often they're going to end up in trouble with the law because they're angry and they're acting out. And when you can get them at an early age, as we do with Chance, and we can reframe everything and show him this wasn't you, this didn't have anything to do with you. You have now infinite possibilities. Once he believes that, he does have it.
The biggest tragedy going on in our community was what's happening to these children right now. And it's not talked about. It's on the news when somebody gets hurt or somebody is killed or the state didn't do something. But us as a community, we have to be accountable to each other, and what's going on with these young people is just horrific. And Chance is just one of 14,000. And he's not any different than any of those other kids. And they're just kids. When you meet them and you get to know them and talk to them, they all have, gigantic potential. From my perspective, he's just like a normal kid now.
He has a compassion for animals and he loves kids. Just the other day he was reading to kindergartners at school and he was just talking about how cute they were and things that they were doing. So he's very nurturing.
He's a special little guy and he's been through a lot, and God only knows where he'll go with it because he's got a lot of talents.
He's your son, he's your grandchild, he's your nephew. He's just the kind of child you're used to being around. He was the kind of child that you don't want to believe exists in the world.
With the help of a lot of people, we can all help them. And I had no idea how much we would change his life. And he's changed ours too, immensely.
There is no way that JFCS can do this alone. We all can play a part in the lives of kids like Chance. There are many programs like this one at Jewish Family and Children's Service. And with your generous partnership, we believe that together, we can give those in need a second chance.